Okay, this is a continuation of episode 10, Mob Wives season 1. So, like I was saying, Drita came in, and she came in there with, she came in there ready to fight. You could see it in her face, she was tensed up, but she was dressed nicely, which was a shocker. Anyway, so Drita, she gives everyone a hug. Surprisingly, she gave a hug to Karen. So they sit down and Drita lays it all out there like, I want to address the whole Lee situation with you, and I want to address it in front of them rather than them saying, they got this information from that person, and by the time it gets to that other person, it's all misconstrued. Karen was like, yeah, I agree. It should go down that way. So they start talking about Lee. And, Drita's pretty much telling Karen that she is fed up that with how she keeps saying that Karen said that she betrayed her. And my whole thing is with that is that if Drita was fed up with that, why would you make up and kiss up in the first place? Why are you waiting to bring about this all along? And Drita's telling her that her timeline is off, that her and Lee hooked up in 1999, and that was 2 years after um, Karen and Lee broke up. And Karen's pretty much like, when it comes to friendship, there is no timeline. And then Drita's like, but you've been pushing timeline the whole time, which was true. But I do see where Karen's coming from. And you know what? I don't really get Drita's idea of a friendship, because just because I don't call my friends every day, and just because I don't speak to my friends every day, and just because I'm not in physical contact with my friends every day, that means they're still your friend. If you haven't done nothing to betray me or disrespect me, you are still my friend. We may not be as close as we used to because we're not hanging out all the time, but you're still my friend. So what are you saying if you have a friend, you live in New York, and your friend move out to California, just because you and a friend not hanging out anymore, y'all are not friends? I don't understand that. So then, the situation escalates. So Karen says she was cheating on Lee with this other guy. And then, Drita's like, you effed my boyfriend. And Karen's like, no, I didn't. I made out with him, and that was before you and I became friends. So then it's just back and forth foolishness. I mean, my whole thing is that, once again, it comes back to the loyalty thing. You may not agree with it. You may not agree with the fact that your friend is cheating around on her man. But if you're loyal to that friend, do you really have a right to tell on her? To like rat her out? And I feel like that's what Karen was implying when she said, "Was someone told Lee?" Well, it seems like Drita wanted Lee all along, and she was waiting for the right opportunity to snatch him up. That's just the type of vibe I got from it. So then things got, heated through this back and forth thing. And Drita goes into like beast mode. She's like, "Did we fight? Did we fight?" And Karen's like, "No, we didn't fight." And Karen stood up, and Drita goes freaking crazy. Like, she freaking took a candle and cracked it on the table. Renee gets her arm around Karen, and Drita's not throwing no punches. Y'all be hyping Drita too damn much. Drita was pulling hair while Renee was on top of Karen. Security comes, breaks them up, and pretty much that's the end of the finale.